Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I apologize for my month-long hiatus, I guess, but I have a really good excuse for not being on YouTube, and that is that I graduated. So I figured that I didn't want to do like a dedicated video to like graduation because really there's not a lot to talk about. Like, I just graduated with the BS in chemical engineering, nothing major to discuss there, like it is what it is. But I figured that I have to get ready for a wedding reception, and so I would just sit down, film myself getting ready. I can chat to you about my degree, what I learned, that kind of thing. So about a week ago, yeah, it was a week ago, I officially graduated with a BS in chemical engineering, which is all very exciting because I've been working towards this degree for 4 years now. And so being able to graduate was really exciting because it's just, I don't know, if you've ever done an engineering degree, you know what I mean. Like, to me, in my opinion, it's on the same level as graduating with a professional degree because just the amount of work that goes into it, and the fact that once you get a BS in an engineering degree, you don't have to do further school. Like, it is what it is. You can go out into the workforce and have a career. I think it's a huge achievement. I am very proud of myself. There were times where I was like, oh my god, there's no way I can graduate. This is too hard. I had those moments, but I am very pleased to say that I persevered. I got through, and I have a degree now. I also wanted to touch on something briefly, and just the fact that I didn't major in chemical engineering for YouTube. Like, I didn't do that. If I wanted to major in something for the sake of YouTube, I would have done chemistry or biochemistry because that fits in a little bit better with skincare. But I chose chemical engineering because I don't want my career to be YouTube, and the most that I could do with a career is with chemical engineering, and so I chose chemical engineering for my career. It has nothing to do with YouTube. I chose to major in chemical engineering a good 2.5 years before I decided to get on YouTube, and that's just a little side story that I wanted to mention because I've heard people say that like, oh, Kaya doesn't know anything about skincare because she majored in chemical engineering. Why did she do that? That's such a stupid major to pick if you wanted to go into skincare. The two aren't related at all. So I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Lila palette, or Lila palette. I think it's called Lila actually, because on Natasha Denona's website, on her YouTube channel, I heard her say Lila, so I think it's Lila. So like I said, I don't want YouTube to be my career. This is fun and all, but it's not my heart, it's not my soul, it's not what I want to do. And so this is something fun I'm going to continue to do, but no, it's not my career in any sense. Like I said, if I wanted to make YouTube my career, I would have majored in chemistry or biochemistry, but I just didn't want to do that with my career. I have other aspirations, and so yeah. Graduation was everything that I had hoped and dreamed of it being. I go to a big school, and so they do graduation right, in my opinion. It was such a night to remember. Like, it was just so fun sitting with like all the engineering students and like just like feeling the high of graduating. Like, that was really exciting. A lot of people have been asking me what my post-graduation plans are, and I do have a job. I have a job lined up. I start work over the summer, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's with a company that I've wanted to work for literally since I was 16 years old. I don't want to say like which company it is, but if you know me, you know what I'm talking about. This is something I've been working for my entire life, and so I'm just so thrilled that I get to be a part of their family. I will tell you though, it's in the like biological category. So if you follow me on Instagram or you follow my blog, you know that I work in a research lab, or I did work in a research lab. I don't work there anymore because I graduated. Kind of like cellular bioprocesses are kind of like what I'm really excited about, and so my job is in the like biological healthcare field. So for the past 2 years, I have been working in a research lab, and it's like kind of like a cell bio lab. Like, we work with a lot of protein and a lot of RNA from cells, like bacterial cells and also human lung cells, but that's not my project. I was actually published on a paper, which is doubly exciting because I don't necessarily want to get a PhD or go to grad school like for chemical engineering. As of right now, that could totally change later down the road, but right now that's not my plan. But just being published on a paper is something really exciting because I worked really hard in that lab, and it's really rewarding to see your name on something. Okay, now for lid color, I don't know what to do. But anyway, like I was saying, I have worked in a research lab that does like bioengineering stuff, and so my job isn't quite that. It's in the same realm of healthcare, and so I'm excited about that. It really is something that I'm passionate about. I really deeply care about healthcare, but I don't want to be a doctor in any way, and so because I know that, oh wow. because I know that about myself, I feel like my job just fits really well with what I want to do, because it's not being a doctor, it's not being in a lab 24/7, because to be honest, working in a lab is fun, but when it's your job, I don't enjoy it. By the way, this is something that I realized recently, but instead of using MAC Fix Plus, which is not BDS safe, Contact Solution works just as well. But I have big plans that don't include YouTube, and that's okay. YouTube is just something fun that I do. I'm not looking to like get famous or anything. I just feel like I have a lot of knowledge from my degree, just based on the chemistry classes that I'm taking, not necessarily the chemical engineering classes, but I just have a lot of knowledge, and I feel bad not sharing it with you all, because let's be real, like accessibility to science and technology and sort of like really understanding what's going on, it's not all that accessible because of huge words like jargon that's just so difficult to understand. Even for me, as someone who reads a lot of scientific papers, who has worked in research, like it's still hard for me sometimes to understand what's going on. And then also everything is hidden behind a paywall. Like it's really difficult to access scientific journals if your university doesn't subscribe or you're not a student anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do now that I'm not a student. I'm probably gonna use my sister's login information, because I don't know what I'm gonna do without access to research journals. So I've learned a lot from my degree. Obviously my program is ABET accredited, I think that's what it's called. So like I am like a chemical engineering major, like I've learned all the chemi things, I'm completely certified to work as an engineer. That's cool. First of all, like I can't call myself an engineer because that's a legally protected term, and so if you're talking about me, please don't call me an engineer, because I don't have a professional engineering license. In order to like call yourself an engineer, you have to have a PE license, and that I don't have because I just graduated. So something confusing that I know happened is that for a while I was like, oh, I'm a double major in chemistry, and then I stopped talking about it. I stopped talking about it because I dropped that degree, because like I said, YouTube is not my career, and I realized that I was just doing it for the sake of my YouTube channel, which is just kind of a stupid reason to major in something, for me at least. I stopped the chemistry degree. I did 90% of a chemistry degree, which just like absolutely kills me, because I could have done it, but it's just like the last few classes that I had to take were stuff like analytical chemistry and like extra biochemistry labs, and I was just really didn't want to do those, so I dropped the double major. I'm not upset about it. I'm actually really glad that I did it, because I know that if I continued to do those classes and continued to like also major in chemistry, I would have been miserable, because junior and senior level chemical engineering classes are very difficult, as I have learned. And so it was important to me to focus on the degree that was going to bring me the most amount of success, and so I decided to drop the double major and just do what I'm doing now. I obviously learned a lot about chemical engineering and chemistry and biochemistry, and so that's like all well and good, but I feel like the most powerful lessons that I learned were about people and myself. And so something really key that I learned is that I truly can overcome anything. Like I have been through so much during my 4 years at university, and it's taught me that I truly can overcome absolutely anything if I put my mind to it. There's nothing stopping me from like achieving what I want to achieve. So that, just learning about my resilience, my ability to ask for help, my ability to bounce back from anything, my ability to help others, has been so incredibly valuable, because it's taught me just so much about what I'm capable of. And I feel like there's nothing that I can tell you guys to be like, oh, you have to do this, because it's just something that you have to learn on your own how to do. So I can't, you know, share any like wisdom with you or anything, because it's just something you have to learn about yourself. But I can just tell you honestly, like I have learned much about myself. Why does my face look so white? Do you see that? Is that showing up? Oh God, I hope it's not. So let's see, what else should I talk about? I touched on my job, I touched on double majoring, I touched on what I learned, talked about my research experience. I guess I should talk about the process of like finding a job. So at my university, I think a good over 80% of students graduating know what they're doing, as in they're either going to grad school or they've found a full-time offer. So I was in like a very competitive environment, because it was what was expected of us, is to get a job or to get into grad school. I decided I didn't want to do grad school right now, because just the idea of being in school even more after these 4 years of intense education, I was just not ready to do. So I said no to grad school for now. Finding a job or like finding an internship is honestly one of the hardest things that you will probably have to do, because no one wants to hire you because you have no experience. Experience is incredibly important, as I've learned. Like, if you have experience in anything, like put it on your resume, show it off, because people are going to be impressed by that. Like on my resume, I did put my YouTube channel, I put like all the tutoring that I've done, like stuff that's not necessarily applicable to chemical engineering, I still put on my resume because it's important. It's going to be really hard when you're doing your full-time job search. Like, you're gonna get rejected a bunch of times, but when I was trying to look for a full-time job and it was like do or die and I had to get a full-time offer because I was terrified of the prospect of not having a job lined up after I graduated, I just kept telling myself after I got rejection after rejection after rejection that this is happening because something better is waiting for you. And so you're getting rejected from these opportunities right now because something better is waiting for you out there. And so that's what I would tell you if you're going through this as well. Like, if you're looking for a full-time job or you're trying to find an internship, like something better is waiting for you. You just don't know it yet. A lot of people have been asking me what I'm doing for the summer, because my job obviously doesn't start until later in the year, and so they want to know like what I'm doing for the summer, what I'm doing for fun. And I'm traveling and I'm so excited. I love traveling. Traveling is one of my favorite things to do. I'm a very seasoned traveler. Like, I went to South Africa over the winter break, and now I'm going to Southeast Asia. Okay, so I'm back. I'm fully dressed now. I absolutely love this sari. It's so beautiful. My mom bought it in India when she went to India a year ago, so she bought it there. I'm just obsessed with this like mint green with the baby pink. So pretty. But anyway, that is the finished makeup look. I just threw on some false lashes, a lipstick, and I'm good to go. I hope you enjoyed learning about my graduation, my post-graduation plans, and kind of everything academic that I've been doing for the past 4 years, I guess. Thank you all for your patience also as I kind of like take these kind of sporadic hiatuses from YouTube. I know I don't necessarily explain what's going on behind the camera, but I really appreciate you all just sticking with me as I kind of like get through some stuff. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below with your summer plans. I would love to know what you're doing over the summer. If you're a student, or even if you're not a student, what you're up to, I'd love to know. So anyway, that's the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching and spending this time with me. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!